Look, I don't think I'm a true philosophical mind, and I cannot be in those footsteps. But of course, yes, I read things, and there are things I became convinced about on certain levels. I mean, related to philosophy of society, yes, indeed, this is the mindset of, I would like to say, liberal conservatives who are quintessential democratic minds, but do realize that the democracy cannot survive without a certain sense of aristocracy, and a certain sense of, which is the title of my book, the nobility of spirit. The nobility of spirit is its moral fundament. And yes, for that you need education, you need liberal education, and so on and so forth. So that's one approach. My more personal outlook of life and what can happen in life. Thomas Mann would say it's a pessimistic religious form of humanism. The fragility, the brokenness of our existence, and realizing, as in Parsifal of Wagner, or even Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which is a retelling of the Parsifal myth, quite brilliantly done, I must say. Life is a quest. Life is quintessentially a quest. And meaning of life starts with the understanding that life is a quest. Now, according to this myth of Parsifal, according to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, it's the quest for the Grail, right? Because with the Grail, it's eternal life and blah, 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 blah. Now, brilliantly done by Spielberg, is before he can get to the cup, he has to do 3 tests. The first test is to show courage or something like that, then to understand the name of God, but the third is that he's tested on faith. And so he is, you might remember, he's on this Grand Canyon, and he has to make a step. And he normally, you know, if you do a step in the Grand Canyon, you fall on your death. At that very moment, there is a kind of bridge, and he can walk. It's a beautiful metaphor of what faith is. Faith is trust, nothing else. It's trust, an ultimate form of trust. And then when he's there, he finds the cup. It's of course not the most beautiful, but a very simple wooden thing. It's been told, look, I mean, this is not for us human beings. We are, eternal life here on earth is not for us. Now, Thomas Mann has something more profound to say about this Grail quest in the line of Parsifal, because he says the Grail is nothing else than an understanding that the quintessence of our life is an enigma. Are questions to which we will never find a definitive answer. And everybody who promises you to give the definitive answer is a liar. Don't listen to him or her. Now, again, as long as we keep in mind that we will not, that the questions are essential, our winds and weather and what's our place and what is that we have to do and how can I make my life meaningful, but that we will never find a true, complete, definitive answer to it. As long as that is the case, we will remain aware of, you know, that we should to find out, okay, so what is freedom, what is true love, what is true friendship, and so on and so forth. And it will also be the big warning against all those fundamentalists or idiots or liars who one way or the other want to say, you know, I can promise you this or that. There are no promises. There are no promises. And maybe, and then the last thing is, and that's on the most personal level, Thomas Mann also wrote, he retold the story of Joseph and his brothers. The biblical story of Joseph, who went down into the well, was cut up, went to Egypt and then saved the Jewish people. And Joseph has to learn in his life 3 things. The first thing is that he has to have the intelligence to understand the science. Because next to all the facts we are dealing we have to deal with. There is a kind of super reality which speaks to you in science. Understand the science. The second thing is, you must have the strength to resist temptations, because there is always the temptation of take the easy way, don't do this, be rational, don't take that risk, and resist the temptations. That's the third thing he has to learn, then you will have the courage to follow your path. Do what you have to do. Don't compromise, don't listen, have confidence and just go for it. That's how I try. Mentally I'm pessimistic. By nature I'm optimistic. If I would be really pessimistic, I would try to start a restaurant or try to become a banker or, you know, do something, you know, to give myself a nice or whatever life. No, I don't believe, this is what I learned from Popper, the great philosopher on the open society, I don't believe in historical laws. I don't believe that by necessity everything will go down. I don't believe that by necessity all things, there will be eternal progress and all will be well. I don't believe it. As I said, we the people, I believe in the concept of responsibility. And that at any moment, as long as we are still a free and democratic society, which again America and the West is, right? I mean, you can get rid of your administration, people, there is justice, it's still there. We have to use it right now. Take our responsibility and, you know, on all kinds of levels, start to do the real work. And then, of course, well, then at least there is some hope. There must be hope.